Will the audience please stand? And gentlemen in the stands, please remove your hats. Students, please keep your caps on for the presentation of the national anthem. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the platform guests who are joining us this afternoon. Please hold your applause until all of them have been introduced. Please stand when I call your names. Mr. Lincoln Holer, Superintendent of the Brandywine School District. Members of the Brandywine School District School Board of Education, Mr. Ralph Ackerman, President. Mr. John Scrobot III, Vice President. Ms. Karen Gordon, Mr. Jason Heller, Reverend Shanika Perry, Ms. Kristen Pigeon, Dr. Debbie Zarek. Mount Pleasant Administrative Team seated to your left, my right. Ms. Ella Burton, Assistant Principal, who could not be here this afternoon. Mr. Martin Regan, Assistant Principal. Mr. Paul Gillerlane, Dean of Students. Mr. John Norton, Dean of Students. Class valedictorians, Isabella Adler, Evan Seco, Allison Rohde, Lauren Unterberger. Student Council President, Labiba Hossein. Senior Class President, Evan Seco. And I am Curie Calderon-Lacey, Principal. Ladies and gentlemen, Mount Pleasant's commencement ceremony is a formal and prestigious event. Please know that noisemakers, air horns, and similar devices are prohibited. We want and we expect that the audience will act accordingly. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Mount Pleasant Student Council President, Labiba Hossein.
Good evening and welcome to the commencement ceremony and recognition of the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2020. I would like to begin by thanking Superintendent Mr. Lincoln Holer, the members of the school board, the Mount Pleasant High School staff, and the friends and family of the graduating class who are joining us today to honor our accomplishments. You have all provided us with a strong support system that has influenced our educational and personal growth. The achievement of excellence is sought by many to be a status of success and greatness. While I do believe this to be true, there is more that comes into play with an individual's concept of excellence. We have grown up with the notions that the milestones of our life will define our prosperity, that the goals we continuously establish will act as stepping stones towards a venerable future. However, it is also the obstacles faced that will aid us in the development of humanity and our ability to be empathetic and compassionate. An example of this is that I, like many of you, understand that we did not have a traditional senior year by any means, and hadn't realized our last day in class would be March 13th due to a devastating pandemic. The year of 2020 has thrown many curveballs and has brought a great deal of change upon our lives. It is an obstacle that is unequivocally difficult, but will certainly not be ignored. It is circumstances like these that will provoke bewilderment, rationale, and lots of reflection. But it is also circumstances like these that will teach you the most important lessons. Excellence is the understanding that our hardships, education, and experiences have taught us and will continue to teach us that we have the power to promote positive and essential influences for ourselves and others, whether it be through encouraging necessary health precautions for the safety of others, becoming educated and advocating for the destruction of ICE and global humanity crises, as well as teaching others that social injustice is real and that Black lives matter, or simply working on yourself and your mental health to recognize that self-love is truly vital and that gratitude is virtue. It is an honor to be present and to have grown with all of you as peers at Mount Pleasant High School. These past 4 years have provided itself as a beacon of knowledge and experience for all of us to progress in the real world, to continue to learn, make mistakes, and to achieve success. I wish for you all to exude excellence, which simply means be good people and be kind. Congratulations, class of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Calderon-Lacey.
Before I begin, I want to thank you all for participating in today's commencement, given the current state of our nation. I do want to remind everyone to please continue to practice social distancing. When you're seated in the stands, keep your mask on. For the students, as you're seated before me, if you do get hot or feel like you need to breathe, just bring your mask down to your chin. When you begin to process, you will be able to take your mask off on the stage for your photo and for your parents to recognize you when you are acknowledged. So please follow the guidance of the staff members that are helping you this afternoon. This afternoon, I welcome you on behalf of the School Superintendent, Lincoln Holer, the Brandywine School District Board of Education, the Mount Pleasant faculty, staff, and administrative team. On this occasion, we celebrate Mount Pleasant High School's 62nd graduating class, the class of 2020. Today, we celebrate with you the many accomplishments your sons and daughters have achieved over the last 4 years. And we are honored that you chose Mount Pleasant High School and the Brandywine School District to educate your student. Graduates, you have risen to the challenge and have arrived at the occasion. Over the years, my administration and faculty have observed you evolve from your energetic freshman days to your very enthusiastic senior year. You all have contributed to the climate and culture of our school with your school spirit and academic persistence. This is evident in the choices you have made for your career and academic future. This graduating class consists of 247 seniors. Our graduates are accepted into 219 colleges and universities throughout the United States. In this class, there are 19 committed college athletes with scholarships to Divisions 1, 2, and 3 schools. We have graduates attending the University of Delaware, Delaware State University, Wilmington University, Delaware Technical College. We also have graduates going on to serve in the United States Marine Corps and the United States Navy. Some of you will be going on to Vanderbilt, George Washington University, Morgan State, New York University, Penn State University, Princeton, Syracuse, Temple, Villanova, Yale, the Citadel, and the United States Military Academy, just to name a few. It is a great accomplishment. Graduates, your final lesson today will come from your classmates. Messiah Rouse's quote in the yearbook states, "How do you expect to progress in something if you don't go through the struggle you have to first?" Curtis Stearns stated, "Don't go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave your trail." Tiana Waterman said, "Don't change so people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Labiba Hossein, no such thing as a life that is better than yours. This is the beginning of your life's journey. How you live it will set your destiny. So as you face the challenges of today, stay focused. When you succeed, celebrate. When you reach your goals, remember that you did so because you stood with pride, commanded respect, persevered with your integrity, stood with your determination, and achieved excellence. You will forever be Mount Pleasant Green Knights. Class of 2020, congratulations. Our next speaker will be Senior Class President Evan Seco.
Four years ago, we walked into Mount Pleasant filled with nervous excitement. We took the first day's tour of a school that at first seemed so large and terrifying, met classmates who would soon become our closest friends, and thought to ourselves, we had finally made it. We were high schoolers. We went to our first pep rally, dreaming of one day chanting seniors and laughing and cheering as the administration attempted to drop it like it's hot. We showed how we could come together as not only a school, but also a community to establish the first annual Be Positive event to raise funds for childhood cancer research. Our moments at this school were not only a time of memories with friends, but also accomplishments on a personal and school-wide level. Sophomore year came, and we were no longer the youngest, but we now had responsibilities to fulfill. Although having a lot to learn and many more adventures in store, we had to show yet again how our generation was willing to fight for change, this time surrounding gun reform. We organized and participated in a walkout to honor the beloved lives lost in the Parkland shooting, but also joined the nationwide outcry for stricter gun regulations to keep us as students safe. Junior year came and brought the excitement of college, but it wasn't always easy, that's for sure. If anything, the pressure increased as homework, tests, and projects piled on. There were many days we wanted to quit, give in, say who cares. However, despite these academic difficulties and the sometimes overwhelming schedules created by extracurriculars, as a school, we weren't done with our quest for change. A pivotal step towards making change is educating and learning to be open-minded and accepting of others, a characteristic that I think shines through in Mount's diverse population. During our junior year, this was targeted in many ways individually, but also as a school with Tyler Bush's creation of the Black Student Union, a student organization with the goal of providing education on current issues in society, as well as an opportunity for all races to embrace diversity, specifically Black history. Senior year came, and we were so close to the end, but at times, we took our days here for granted. We told ourselves we were done with school, we couldn't wait to finally graduate, and to leave this place behind. All too soon, however, this wish started to come true, and there wasn't a way to go back. Looking back now, especially with these last few months and a handful of pivotal moments taken from us, it seems so easy to wish we had cherished these moments a little more. However, these circumstances only show our adaptability and determination to succeed as we finish the year online, but also our desire to make change will not be silenced by the student response to current issues in society. I believe our time here has strengthened us to be the generation of future leaders, teachers, and dreamers who will bring change and equality to society. Thank you to the students, teachers, and administration who have opened their arms to all of us. We will forever be a Green Knight family. And always remember, we're soaring, we're flying, and there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach if we're trying, because we're breaking free. Our next speaker is one of our 4 valedictorians, Allison Rohde.
Our experience with performance this year as the class of 2020 has been different than any class prior to us. We were forced to implement virtual learning into our lives for our last marking period of senior year, yet we still fulfilled the promises that many of us made to our freshman year selves to graduate. And the act of us sitting here together today demonstrates how important those promises were to us. However, if 2020 has taught us anything, it is that performance does not just stop once you leave the classroom. Not only have we faced and are still facing a global pandemic, but social injustices everywhere are being brought to the forefront of our lives. So quite frankly, performance outside the classroom is more prevalent now than ever before for our generation. Academic performance must continue, for we must educate ourselves on the adversities of others in order to move in the right direction with these movements. I believe if we bring the level of performance we maintained throughout these last 4 years with us into the real world, for whatever we are passionate about, our generation truly will be the ones to bring about the change our country needs to see. I am so proud of everything we've accomplished together as a class, and I can't wait to hear about and see everything we accomplish in the future. Thank you. Our fourth valedictorian is Evan Seco.
Determination. Dr. Seuss once said, when something bad happens, you have 3 choices. You can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or let it strengthen you. Determination is the desire inside of us to persevere despite the odds, to continue to move forward each day as we strive for our goals. While it is very noticeable that we have had to overcome the odds this year as a country, the class of 2020 seniors have had to exhibit determination since the day we were born. As children born into a world shortly following the devastation of 9/11, we were born into a similar uncertainty that surrounds us today. No one knew what the future held, and this fear threatened to overwhelm many. Our parents had to endure these circumstances, and the determination they showed was passed on through their teachings to us as we were raised and began to start our own educational journeys. As children, they were our first supporters, being there to hold our hands and encourage us when we felt defeated. One of the most beautiful parts of our educational journey was finding sources of inspiration to keep us determined. From friends who worked by your side sharing similar goals, to the teachers, guidance counselors, and administrators who refused to give up on us and were there to help us reach our goals, no matter how helpless we felt at times. Determination doesn't mean it will always be easy, or that the right path will always be clear. There will be obstacles and distractions on our way to success. I understand that there is a lot of uncertainty and injustice in society today, but I believe that our life lessons learned here at Mount Pleasant have prepared us to work every day to create the change we want to see in the world. Thank you, and good luck on all of your future adventures. Our fourth and final valedictorian is Lauren Unterberger.
Welcome, Mount Pleasant, class of 2020, to graduation part 2. This time, it's personal. I have been asked to speak on the quality of integrity. On first thought, I thought about academic integrity, citing your sources on research papers, not cheating on tests. But when I looked into integrity a little further, I saw it boiled down to 2 key elements: honesty and morality. But let's talk about honesty first, and the importance of truth and fact. Just in 2020 so far, we have seen the devastating consequences of when individuals choose to not acknowledge facts. We have a duty to ourselves to recognize the truth and to share that truth with others. But fighting ignorance takes serious bravery. Where does that bravery come from? A strong moral compass an ethical code of conduct that tells us we must always act with empathy and not be afraid to admit when we are wrong. One final definition of integrity means the state of being whole and undivided. We are one class, one generation, and one incredible force for good. Wear a mask, register to vote, and I'll see y'all at the reunion in 20 years. I would like to bring Miss Calderon-Lacey back up to the podium.
Mr. Holer, members of the Board of Education of the Brandywine School District, and guests, I hereby certify that the students assembled before you have successfully completed the requirements for a diploma from the state of Delaware, the Brandywine School District, and Mount Pleasant High School. The faculty and I present to you the graduating class of Mount Pleasant High School, the class of 2020. Mr. Ackerman, please step forward.
I don't know if I'm working. Oh, there it is. On behalf of the Brandywine School District Board of Education and the state of Delaware, I accept the Mount Pleasant class of 2020. You guys went through a lot this year. Let's give them all a big round of applause, and give yourself a big round of applause.
The awarding of the diplomas will now commence. We share both your pride and excitement with respect to our students' accomplishments. We ask the audience to please accord this ceremony the prestige and dignity that it truly deserves. A professional photographer will take an individual picture of each graduate as they are beginning to proceed up to the podium. We ask our guests to please stay in the stands during the entire graduation ceremony, and we ask our students to return to their seats until every single graduate has been recognized and given their due recognition for this event. First, I will begin with the valedictorians seated on the stage. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Labiba Hossein. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Evan Seco. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Allison Rohde. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Lauren Unterberger. We will now present the diplomas of the remaining graduates for the graduating class.
Alexis MacDonald. Robert Majewski. Thank you, Evan. Epony Martin. International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate Kai Massey. Madeline Matthews. Go ahead, Dave. David May. Ryan McCrary. Jatai McFarland. Zanaya McQuiller Moody. Diana Medley. International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate Jacob Michelli. Dylan Mitchell. Salama Muhammad. International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate, Ariana Moore. Sarah Mullen. Benjamin Norris. Afua Omori Adjukum. International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate Trinity Moody. Alonzo Nelson.
Calvin Petaway. Jamal Powell. International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate Callan Ritchie. Michael Rodriguez. Kenneth Raymond. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Megan Ryle. Dorian Scott. Allison Shaw. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Greer Sidoriak. Kyle Simpson. Carnell Smith. Deja Smith Scholl. Avery Steffen. Curtis Stearns. Sydney Sullivan. Jalen Sykes. Tasnuba Tasnim. Tyler Thompson. Excuse me, Tyler Thomas. Vernon Thomas. Justin Torado. Nevaeh Tyler. Kezia Ufamadu. Tiana Waterman. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Patrice Watson. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Naeem Watson. Caitlin Weber. Caleb Christoph Williams. Devin Wilson. International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate, Charmaine Wood. Nasir White. Jordan Woods. Amira York James. Lily Malin Trucolo.
Now that you have received your diplomas or recognition of receiving your diplomas, I ask that you please rise. In recognition of your accomplishment of completing your 4 years of high school and achieving the completion of your graduation, at this time, please move your tassels from left to right in recognition symbolizing your graduation as a graduate of Mount Pleasant High School's class of 2020. We live for 4 years for this opportunity to see you grow and get to the end of this road. And for the last and final time, I wish you all and dismiss you to your future endeavors. Class dismissed. We ask that the parents please remain in the stands for the recessional. We will begin the recessional to the Mount Pleasant High School class alma mater song, and the students will exit from the rear as directed by the staff. We thank you for the opportunity to help educate your children and for the opportunity to have this commencement exercise with all that our world is going through. Thank you for entrusting us to do this safely, and we appreciate your time. Have a great evening, and thank you to our graduates.